Yo, what up, everyone? Therapy Without a Degree, chapter, I don't know, close to 300s. We got my guy Dan in the building.
We're back for part 2, baby.
Back for part 2, man.
It's been a while.
Yo, this guy was like, 2.5. I was like, where did time go?
January 2022 is when we did the last one. That was on my mom's birthday. January 24th, 2022, and we're May 1st today? No, yeah. April 30th. May 1st tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 2.5 years, so it's been fun.
Yeah,
it's been a wild ride since then, to say the least.
We'll drop this in probably about 2 weeks, so about 2 weeks will be dropped, so it'll be about May 15th. And first of all, beyond just the last 2 years, what did you do today?
Today, I woke up, went to work, I went to the gym, and I'm here now.
Okay.
Yeah, literally, it's my life now. I just wake up every single day, 6 o'clock in the morning, take a shower, get in work by 7:30, get out at 5, go right to Powerhouse, 5:30 to 8, come home, eat, sleep by 10:30, 11, repeat every single day.
And I heard Powerhouse is 24 hours now?
Powerhouse is 24 hours now, so
let's go.
Not catching me there at 24 in overnight because I'm sleeping. But I go there earlier on the weekends. I'm usually there at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning on the weekends because I don't work on weekends. And so I'm in there, out of there quick because I want to relax the rest of the day. I value my weekends.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So and if anyone is watching this and they maybe didn't see the last one, do you want to give a short recap of what we feel like? What do you think we discussed on the last one? Because I kind of want to talk about, just like, obviously where you're at now, but if anyone's listening to this, maybe they can go back and catch the old one. What do we talk about there?
Yeah, so on the last installment, part 1, whatever you want to call it, we did talk more about me being an ex-drug addict and then finding fitness to get clean. We talked about, what got me into doing drugs. We talked about what helped me get clean and stuff like that, and I'm actually coming up on 10 years, July 23rd. So,
oh, man.
Yeah, this is more of a milestone this year for me because every year is a milestone for me, but 10 years is a big one for me.
That's amazing, man.
I could always sit here, people be like, well, how you're not going to relapse from now until July or something like that. No. And if anybody ever says that, I'll just be like, I don't even need to respond to you for that because I wear it on my wrist right over here, July 23rd, 2014. I don't think I ever really explained the meaning behind this tattoo. And this one is my clean date only because, to me, the only time that matters in my life is the time that, I figured it out for myself and it happened to be that date. Time changes every single second, every single minute. I don't give a fuck about the time. Honestly, the only time that really matters to me in my life is July 23rd, 2014, because that's when I got my second chance on life. So I wake up every morning, I look at that, and it's time to go. So I know I'll never relapse.
Yeah, man.
My tattoos motivate me. Everything. Yeah. I tattooed my body to show my scars and pain in life. So everything has like meaning to me. My 13 is my favorite number, my favorite saying. Between the dice, like gambling, and not like gambling on other shit, but like from where I was in life, this is a royal flush. It's unbeatable. So I put it on me because I'm unbeatable now. Nothing could beat me anymore. And I got obviously my parents who I both lost. We talked about that on the last podcast. And then the Batman does have meaning to me, definitely, but I won't go into that. But yeah, man, that's the recap from the last time, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you feel like? Do you ever like? You're probably meeting so many people now that you've never met before, and different circles and stuff. And do you ever feel like, damn, I've lived some life? because it's like people that you probably meet now, you know, like I always say, and I've been saying it a lot lately because I've been feeling like it, is, you know, I'm 34 and I'm lately feeling like, wow, like I've lived eras. You know, before that, I never kind of felt like that. Everything kind of felt like it was like close to each other. Now I'm like, damn, like this was an era of life. This was this. Like for you, that was, like you said, 10 years ago, like the whole era ago, or two multiple eras of your life. So now do you ever like just come in contact with people and you talk with them and, you know, they obviously don't know like those eras or those times and you just be like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have stopped like going out there and like really promoting, but now I'm kind of back to it because I do have like a vision and a focus what I want to do. With starting like my LLC in a couple weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. We just talked about patience before we actually hit the record button on this. Just gotta be patient, man. Like I said, the last time we talked, I had a 5-year plan. It's only 2 years ago, so I still got 3 years to accomplish what I want to accomplish. Yeah. It's might have went in a little bit of a different direction right now, but I try to not really tell too many people about my story now, but it's starting to come out more because it's still the same generation that attracts to me. It's fucking 22, 23, 24. And I get it because I do look young still. So, like, people are shocked. Like, when I tell them, like, hey, look at this picture. Look at my mugshot. Look at me 10 years ago. They're like, oh, my God, what the you know what I mean? So then they now are interested in me and they want to hear my story. So I'm kind of like, all right, I guess, you know, I'm cool with telling everything. So, yeah, it's back to that pretty much now, you know. Only if people really, like, want to get to know it. I'm not out there just like, oh, hey, here's my story, you know what I mean? But, like, people that I meet now, you know, I get to know first, and then, you know, then they find out about it, and then they'll have questions and stuff, so I'll open up in that way.
It's got to be, like, a whole different feeling because it's like, you know, these people get to meet you now, and it's like, you know, where you're at, everything looks like it's going great, you know, which obviously we always have real, like, hurdles and shit in between all that. But it's like, isn't it crazy how like you're meeting some of these people now and it's like, yo, you meet me for the Dan that I am today, you know? And it's just, I think it's so different. It's just stuff that I personally think about. Like, oh, you meet me today, you've met me these few years in this place. Mm-hmm. And not saying it's even good or bad. It's just interesting because we're getting older. It's like, wow, you don't even know all the other shit.
And that's why I like meeting new people now. No offense to the old people like in my life, but like those are people I grew up with, so they know me back then and they know me now. The people that I meet now only know me now from this, and then they get to know me from what I tell them about my past. Because at the end of the day, we're always going to be a part of our past. Whether or not it's in the back of our minds and we're not, you know, I'm fully comfortable with everything in my past and being able to talk about it. It's never fully going to be forgotten about. Obviously, it's always going to be in the back of my mind. I don't think about it every single day, but I do revisit it just because I have to make sure from where I am today, like where I'm at today, I have to revisit the past because that's where I came from. You know what I mean? You can't fully just always just block it out. Yeah. You know, it's always going to be there.
Always. All right. How has been the journey, yo? Because you've been over these last 2 years, and even before that, you know, you were getting into the fitness. You were still pretty early and fresh into the fitness. You've been like super, super, super consistent. You know, what's that been like? What has been like the ups and the downs of this? And you know, now too, like what is it about it? You know, you're doing it for this long. You know, for the fitness, is it just health? Is it? This is what fuels you. What is that like? Can you take us through? Because, you know, you seem obviously very, very, very passionate about it. You know,
definitely passionate.
You know, you obviously do other things, but yeah.
I don't know if it's for health, honestly, because of this. So how I'm working out, crushing shit, but I'm vaping. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't think it's for health, honestly. Yeah, maybe it has a little bit to do with health, but can't sit here and be a hypocrite. You know, it's all about health, but I'm sitting here sucking vape juice. You know what I mean? So It is what it is. It's more me for the mental aspect of it, and literally to hold me accountable, because once I started working out, I never wanted to touch a drug ever again, you know. And there's been times in the past 10 years where I've taken a couple breaks. Obviously never go back to drugs, but working out makes me not like depressed and like be emotional, and you know, and it helps me in that sense. So like if I don't work out, I'm just gonna be miserable. So there, you know, during COVID 2020, when the gyms were shut down for 3 months, and I couldn't go to the gym, I couldn't do anything. I'm not gonna sit there and just do push-ups and stuff. Like, I'm a gym guy, so I need to go there and hit the weights and stuff like that. Doing push-ups in my house, like, that's not gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? So, you know, not working out for that 3 months, like that was pretty tough. Like that was a mental challenge for me, because I was like, this is really like testing me right now, because there's nothing I could do about this, and this got taken away from me because of COVID. You know what I mean? It's nothing I can control. It's not like I got injured or something like that. Like, this was like the thing that helped me most in my life. Like, I got ripped away from me, you know what I mean? So that was definitely a tough, you know, and losing my job on top of that with COVID, you know, that was a pretty rough time in the life. And, you know, and then things opened back up, and I got back into the gym, and then it was pretty simple from then. Got back into it and got disciplined again.
But you've been super consistent.
Yeah, super consistent, definitely now. I have everything written down on my phone too. So, probably like a 2-year stretch now. Like, absolutely consistent again. Yeah.
Now, but like, and I say that because, you know, obviously, I figured that you would like
10 years, like almost 9 years overall, but like, you know, before 2 years consistent again, I did maybe take like was going through some shit, like a 6-month break, you know what I mean? With like an old job and stuff. So, yeah, but other than that, yeah. In 9 years, maybe like a total of 9 months total break.
What is it that helps you keep you consistent? Because there's many people, and this is just like, doesn't have to just be in the gym. Most people are not consistent in their things that they do.
I knew that I had to make a change, you know, and I had to structure my life in a way that wouldn't make me go back to doing the things that I was doing. And working out taught me discipline. I'm not motivated, because I'm not motivated to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to work. Absolutely not. Do I just want to, you know, I'm a lazy kid at heart. I just want to lay in bed all day. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, fitness taught me structure in my life, man. It taught me how to be a better person. Taught me more like right from wrong. And I think that has to do a lot with the people that I've met in the gym over the last 9 years, because we all have the same mindset. So I've learned a lot from, you know, not just people working out and like teaching me, you know, not formal wise or anything, more just picking their brain and see how like they have been successful. And because if you're in the gym, to me, you're doing something right in life. And those are the people that I want to be around, and those are the people's brains that I want to pick, because those people are a lot smarter than me, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's funny you say that, because I've always said that too. Like, when you go to a gym, you know what I mean? Like, there's your higher chances of just people out there, like you said, about trying to be successful. You know, you could just tell, like, the more you talk to people and you network with people, it's like, wow, these are people that are trying to be their successful parents, successful in their help. It's just like the odds of them just trying to do better in life is usually way more often than you'll find a lot of other places, believe it or not. You know, like, even if you're not like, again, you're not going to go there to try to be this like bodybuilder or some shit. Even if you're just going to just be like consistent and just to get some like a basic workout in, or go for like a walk on the treadmill, like, but you interacting with those people, like, I think you'll always.
It's the reason why they call me the mayor in the gym. And I don't even like, I'll be honest with you, it's not that I want to talk to everybody. I don't talk to like everybody, but there are a lot of people that I'm cool with in the gym. And it's just dapping up all the time. You know, people, you know, talk to me, I talk to them. The thing is, though, like, we talked about this on the last time, like, I have to get a vibe from you to like you. Like, if I get a vibe that's off from you, I'm not going to fuck with you. You know what I mean? So, like, that's how it is. But it's better like that in the gym, because everybody has, like, the same mindset. You know what I mean? As long as you're cool and respectful, like, a lot of people are, like, respect you in the gym. And not to come off like that, but obviously this is what I wear in the gym and stuff like that. So my body speaks for itself. Like, and I don't mean to, like, it's not like any cocky, but like, it shows how disciplined I am, and that like, my body alone gives me, I respect him, because look at, he like, you know, we know he keep, you know, hard work. Like, you just don't look like that, or keep that kind of like, you know, physique if you're eating cupcakes and bonbons on the couch, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, do I cheat every once in a while? Yeah, but I need to because I need to balance it out, you know what I mean? And it's beneficial, you know what I mean? Your body always needs that cheat meal and stuff. But once I, like, really got into working out, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let my body do the speaking for me. Because that's the biggest change that has happened in my life that has made me happy. Because I used to be a 200-pound kid in high school. And, you know, I happen now to find fitness. And I don't ever want to go back to ever being, like, overweight ever again. So, yeah, it's... Do I want to eat cupcakes? I want to leave. Whoever you just had on before here, run their
Connie,
podcast with the pizza. I want to leave here, you know, after this and go get a slice. Will I? Probably not, because I got food at the house and shit. But you know, maybe this weekend.
Discipline. You sound like Javi over here. PPG Fitness, yes, in the building. So now, you know, also too, it's like you said, you go there too, and it helps you like on a mental side as well too. Do you feel like you've met a lot of other people in the gym who it's the same way?
Absolutely. Like there's a going, well, I guess not really like joke and stuff like that, but I tell everybody all the time, like I make the joke, this is the best $50 therapy. This is the reason why I don't have to see a psychiatrist and a therapist, you know what I mean? And it's the best $50 that I could spend. Well, I'm going to spend $1,000 a month going to talk to somebody when I could just go, not talk to the weights, but hit the weights. And that's my therapist right there. That's my mental clarity. Going there, crushing shit every single day. And, you know, leaving there just with a clear mind. Like that's what clears my mind after like a long day, and I'm able to focus and think straight after that. And yeah, it's the mental aspect more for me.
Okay, what do you feel like gyms could do better to like hone into that?
What do you mean, like
just to promote more of that? You know,
to promote more like fitness will help you with your mental health.
Yeah.
So I don't think really like gyms would be really like promote to that. And this is where I'm going to get into now what my vision is.
Yeah.
So, being that I'm an ex-drug addict, obviously, I'm very okay with, you know, saying it. My vision in life now is so I want to start Mac Fitness LLC. That'll start off with like online coaching, you know, putting it out there. But the plan is to eventually open up a all fitness rehab center. I know there's rehab centers that have like fitness, but they don't focus more on the fitness side of it. And fitness is what changed me and helped me get clean from drugs. So I feel like if I could tell my story, you know, and kind of not force people, but they would know coming to the rehab first. Like, yeah, it's a rehab. It's going to be straight like rehab, like how every other rehab is, but it's going to focus more on the fitness aspect to get their, you know, mental and mind right. Because I feel like, because this happened for me, once I got the rush of the fitness and like that type of high instead of a drug high, it's better than any other drug, you know what I mean? So I just replaced one terrible drug, you know, illegal fucking terrible substance with something that's so much more better for you, you know? And I feel like if people who are struggling, who can't get clean and keep relapsing and stuff like that, if they come to a rehab where they focus on fitness and then they see how much fitness can actually change your mindset, they'll stick with it more rather than just going to a regular rehab. Maybe doing a couple workouts just because, you know, whatever, and then getting out of rehab and then like relapsing. So this would be more like a 6-month minimum to a year, because I need 6 months with people who can't get clean. 3 months, you could minimum like 3, but I would do minimum 6 because 3 months is just when, like, from the detox and everything. So, like, you're still going to be going through, like, the whole physical, the mental withdrawal of it, the psychological part of it for, you know, 8 to 10 weeks. So I need, like, a minimum of 6 weeks, because then after that 3, they'll really see how much, like, fitness can not make you go back to that. And I stand by that because that's what worked for me and helped me, and I don't hear a lot of stories about the same thing that, like, things that help me.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, man, I completely agree with that. It's funny because And the reason why when you mentioned it before, I was like, yo, that's a similar to that as my end goal, not an end goal, but like my biggest goal with therapy without a degree is to create a center or rehab, but using multiple lanes. You know, fitness,
partner up, maybe.
art, 100,000%. You know,
Two great minds think alike, I guess they say, right? So we can maybe partner up. Who knows?
Like that's always been my biggest thing behind all of this is that I wanted my own rehab center, but I wanted it to be through arts, through creative, through music. You know what I'm saying? Like you go and you get evaluated and they figure out what lane you should do. Yeah. Maybe you should be in arts. Maybe you should do like kind of like bringing it back to like, you know, when you went to like maybe a trade school or something, they figured out where you tried different things. You know, you're in there and you can maybe try to, you know, music or fitness or this or that. And that's like your area of focus. Yeah. Obviously while kicking and getting off. I also want it to be like a shelter as well. So like, but like more shelter oriented versus than your traditional rehab, you know, that's the biggest goal.
I think more of the biggest thing is that like, I want to help people, you know, and I think we talked about this on the first time. I can't help everybody, but if I can help one person, it's worth it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess one person's life is but you know, one person's life saved is better than zero, you know, and then I really just hope that eventually it comes to fruition, and it will, and it's a bad epidemic that we have in the world right now. Yeah. So I don't know if it's ever going to get better, but I could just hope and pray that it does. And if I could be the change of that with my vision for at least, you know, I know I'll be at least helping some people. Yeah. That's the main focus.
Yeah. Cause you're right, man. It's so powerful. Like what you put into like, cause like how I think about it too is like, you know, people can call it whatever you want to call it, but it's like, yeah, you could turn like me. I have an addictive ass personality.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that shit is hereditary, you know, from the family. It's in the DNA, probably is. But like, I have an addictive personality. Now, for me, it's beneficial because I put that shit into work. I put that shit into my brands and my business. Like the people around me know. Like people that have lived with me know. Like I don't stop. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like beneficial in ways. But it's like, obviously, if I took other paths, I'd probably be dead by now. But you know what I mean? Like I couldn't because of the addictive personality.
Yeah, I have addictive personality too. You know? Like I'll be the first one to admit, like I gamble. You know what I mean? Like like
or even like to the gym. Like could that could be like
you know? Oh my god, the most addictive thing I'm in my life is to the gym. So I could sit here and 100% say, and I don't even care. Like I'm addicted to the gym. Like I love that shit. Yeah. And I tell everybody like if I could live in the gym, I would. You know what I mean? I can't obviously work out for 24 hours straight because I need rest and I need sleep. But I could. I mean, my endurance, like, could be in the gym for 4 hours and not even blink an eye. You know, still hitting sets and stuff. You know, it's not probably beneficial at that point because you're just overworking muscles. But yeah, I'm addicted to the gym. And the gym is the most important thing in my life, too. So I guess people don't understand, but it's the thing that saved my life. So I owe my life to fitness. You know, it's the most important thing in my life.
So then for you, what would the approach be? Because the reason why I even bring that up is like, okay, there's the people like me and you who are like, we have our certain things. Like, okay, we could just say we're addicted to this, the work, the art, the creative, the gym. What do you like? What would the approach be to somebody that doesn't have that personality? Because I feel like most people don't. And it may be, like I said, maybe a bad thing. Got the addictive personality, whatever. I treat it as an advantage. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of, it's a good thing. It has its pros and its cons.
Pros and its cons.
It has its pros and its cons.
1,000%.
Like my addictive personality, you know what I mean? If I start losing a couple bets, you know, I'll start chasing, just start depositing. That's my addictive personality. Now I got chase because, you know,
exactly. You know, it could go different ways. You know, I'm the same way with like yo, like I be trying to kick this sugar, but I'm fucking addicted to it. You know, there's the bad things there. So it's like, but what do you say to the people that don't have that trait? Like, what would you do to them if you feel like, okay, they have like a bug, like for fitness, maybe you could see that, you know, this will work for them. But like, again, you know, I think when we, like, I try to put this hat on all the time, especially like in work, right? Like if I'm trying to get John, like John wants to work and John wants to do what we do. you know, in my head, it's like, live this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's very rare to find people like that have those traits. So for you, have you ever thought about that? Like, or have you ran into people that, you know, maybe you're in the gym or want to do better in their fitness and you feel like it would help them on like a mental health level, but they don't have that, like that bug where they're just getting like addicted to it. They maybe enjoy it
all the time.
So what's that like?
Honestly, kind of makes me upset a little bit because I see people in the gym and I see them for months and months and months, and they're going there, and I give them credit for being there, but they ain't making no progress. And I'm thinking in my head, like, what's the issue? You've been here for 5-6 months. You look the same. You should have some type of like progress by now. And it comes down to the simple fact that they're not dedicated to changing their body. They just want to go to the gym, you know, just to lift a couple weights, but then they still want to go and just eat regular and not really diet. So the biggest thing with that is diet. You know, 85% of it is diet. So you could be in the gym all you want. You could take all the supplements you want. You could take all the steroids you want. If you're not at least dieting, you're wasting it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to me, the reason why it upsets me so much is because we talked about this like on the last time, right? You're going to go put in, like, you're at the gym for a reason. Because you either want to be healthier, you want to look better, you want to, you know, have your body be in better shape. You're putting this work in, and then what are you doing after it? I see people literally get in their car and fucking go. McDonald's is right across the street. They leave, they get in their car right to the McDonald's drive-thru right after the workout. It boggles my fucking mind. Because I'm just like, bro, like you just wasted an hour and a half of your time because you just destroyed your workout by putting McDonald's into your body post-workout. But to each their own, I guess.
But what do you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you think that is like? At least that.
Because people don't want it bad enough. You know what I mean? They say they want it bad enough. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I always wanted this body. You know what I mean? Even when I was doing drugs, Rocky Balboa is my idol in life. I remember, you know, growing up, I wanted to have Rocky's body. I actually just posted about something on Instagram. Like, I've worked so hard in my life to fucking have Rocky IV's physique in some type of way. So, I remember, like, when I was even doing drugs, I would literally, like, dream and daydream about being fit one day. So I manifested it even when I was doing drugs to be like how I am now. And it's weird to me that it even came to fruition like that, but I guess manifestation is real sometimes, right? Even when you're in a fucking terrible place. So, it just comes down to you want to have it bad enough, you know what I mean? If you want to have a good body, you got to work to put it in, you know what I mean? And it's just not work in the gym, it's work in the kitchen too. And eat the right foods and eat the right things. And it just doesn't happen overnight. And I feel like people just give up too quickly because they start this journey and they don't see the results that they want to see right away. And they give up. You know, you have to put the time in. I tell everybody, yeah, give it 3 months. You know, you'll start to see some changes after a few weeks and stuff like that. You're not going to see crazy changes. You know, stay consistent with it, stick with it, and everything will come full circle.
Yeah, it's very interesting. What you say is so real. Like even with me, like I'll do the same thing. I'll be in the gym. I'll be trying. I'm like, fuck, I ain't getting nowhere. But I know it's like you said. It's because you didn't. It's even if you went there all the time, you didn't do the whole package because everything is the whole package. Like if you could do half, well, you ain't gonna get there. But then it's like at the end of the day, I think one of the biggest challenges, but it's also I think one of our biggest things that we should all focus on that I don't think a lot of us do. Is no matter what, I think we all do need to try to, and I think I've spoke about this before a couple months ago, is like, you know, we have all different pockets of our lives, right? We have our fitness, we have our finances, we have our faith, we have our relationships, you know, our friendships, all these different things, right? And it's like, you know, you give for one person, like you might give 120 to your fitness, but then maybe something else, you're only giving 50.
Yeah.
Right? I think that we should try to give them all equal. However, obviously that's always fucking very difficult. But it's like now as I'm getting older, I am trying to be like, you know what? let me not just put like 1,000 into this one area, and let me try little by little by little to just make them even, or just to really focus on like, okay, maybe I'm going 1,000% here. This is lacking. I got to do better here. But it's like, that's a constant day to day battle.
It is, man. And I guess somebody in your position might be a little bit different because you own a business, you're more focused on that. Yeah, you definitely, you don't want to, drop some weight and stuff like that. But I feel like, it's not your main focus right now because your main focus is more about your business. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
So it's hard trying to juggle those two things. And that's why it's like different for me a little bit because I know how important fitness is to me. So I'll make sure that I'm not tackling on anything in life that's going to interrupt my fitness.
Yeah.
It's fucked up in that way. But like, bro, like if I had an opportunity to like stop working out and have to take a job where I'd be making like $250,000 to $500,000. No, money don't matter to me. Like it doesn't. I'd rather my job. Yeah, anything that can potentially not make me, make me stop fitness and like going to the gym and stuff like that. I'm picking fitness over it. Mm. I owe it all to fitness.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, because not a lot of people get it. They're like, bro, that's fucking insane. I'm like, bro, you haven't been where I've been.
Yeah,
you can't relate to what I've been through.
Yeah, everyone has their thing that they like. Like for me, like how I be going so crazy with the business because I'm like, that's gonna help everything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, because once you're settled and you got what you could do, and then you can focus on the fitness side. And I also feel like right now, it's a little bit stressful with the business. So, you want to have that baked ziti, you want to have that cupcake. It's called, and it's comfort. They call it comfort food for a reason because, and I've been there plenty of times where, when I still battle like mini spurts of like depression and stuff like that. And it's probably just like my body and stuff like that. But, I snap back out of it. And it's usually happens when my life gets turned upside down because I have to start in, like, the last 10 years, like, I've had to start and restop. I've had 6 different jobs, being very good at jobs for a year and a half and just getting something happening where I self-sabotage and I got to fucking stop in life. I go through, I'm like, all right, now I got to figure it out again. When you got to figure it out all over again, like, yeah, I'm not going to be how I am now. Now I have it figured out again. So when you don't have it figured out and you got to start back at zero again, yeah, and you have to relearn something, whether a new job and you tackle on a new job, that's restarting all over again in life. You don't know what you're walking into. You don't know how it's going to play out. And I just don't want to start over again in life and have to keep doing that anymore.
It gets exhausting.
It does, you know what I mean? So I feel like, and life is a learning experience, you know what I mean? So, like, when I had a really good job back in 2018 and I fucked up somehow, you know what I mean? And I got let go, like, I had to restart over again, And then the same thing happened again, and it happened again, and I had to do it again the last time after we spoke. So after we had spoke in January 2022, I was still on unemployment until about June, and I've been with this company now since August of 2022. It's called Academy Service Group. We're a corporate facility maintenance company, called Heritage Fire Security, who I work for. So I'm a project manager now for dispatching technicians all across the country to corporate locations to fix anything with their facilities. So corporate pays us. I pay some not random, but I third party a work order and a purchase order to somebody in fucking Wyoming if I got to cover a job, and they go do the job for me. And you want to know how I got the job? Yeah. Put in the application. I walked in to the office. I met with one of the guys, and then I met with the CEO. And I walked in. He goes, "I know you." I was just like, I started looking at him. Right? He goes, "Powerhouse." I said, "Yeah, I go to Powerhouse." He goes, "You're hired." That's how simple it was. And I was stressing out for 7 months, like, what the fuck am I going to do in life? It's just right timing, and and that's how, like, my life has been, like, the last 10 years. Like, I'm always in the right place at the right time, like, when I have to figure it out. something always winds up happening, and I feel like that's because I'm a good person and I do good in life now, and good things happen to good people. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
And whether or not, you know, I believe in God or a higher power, which I do, they, you know, they'll put the necessary things in your life as long as you're a good person. You know what I mean? Like opportunities will find you. I just happened to walk in and he recognized me from the gym and just, you're hired, and gave me a chance.
Yeah.
And
if it wasn't without you being consistent.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is that dedication that you put in the gym is probably what he saw. Because I'm the same way, like as a business owner, I don't really give a fuck about skill. I don't. I care if you show up. I see about your determination. I see about how bad you want it. If I see you showing up every day, you can know shit about shit. But the fact that you just showed up and I see that, I could teach you the skill.
And the gym has helped me
like that's
get up and go to work every single day, because I show up every single day for the gym. I'm going to show up every single day for work because the gym has taught me discipline.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, and it's about just doing the right thing in life, you know? I don't have parents anymore. So it's all me by my own. You know, I don't have anybody to fall back on but myself. So I just can't go out there and just wallow for myself and be a bum. You know what I mean? I have to always just figure it out. And I feel like I have it figured out now. And I'm not going to make the mistake again of making another mistake, because I've learned from my past ones. And usually it's like when I get very, very confident, I feel like I become untouchable. And that's when I talk about the self-sabotaging part of it. And I've really worked on that aspect of my life to know now what I've done in the past, 5-6 years ago, to combat that now, where it's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
So, we live and we learn, we grow. We grow every single day, man.
100%. You learn how to adapt. And, I relate with you on that. Like, of how, like, I've gone so many different turns in life. I feel like I've died like 6 times, 7 times. Like, I feel like I've had so many of those reset moments.
If you're really a cat, you only got 2 left, man.
Yeah.
You only got 2 lives left, man.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
I be feeling like that on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit that people are going to be seeing when we put out more films, more series. Because a lot of the writing is all shit from my own fucking...
Yeah, of course. And that's the creative part about it, because, like, it's your vision and shit you've been through, and now you're just putting it on paper for, for other people just to act out for you.
Yeah.
Literally.
But I look at it as a blessing, too. Like, I was always one... I'd leave a job in 2 years, I used to, like... I would go, and once I would see the potential of the place, I'd be out. And people we used to question, like, oh, shit, you do a lot of jobs, this, that. Would look at me as, like, very unstable. And even for a little while, I started questioning myself. Like, I know I'm, like, a good worker. I know this, but, like, I'm running through them. But then I started to realize, like, no, I'm just looking, and I'm looking out the door. And if I feel like, nah, I'm out. Got to go find something better. And you can't be afraid to go do that. Like, I never was afraid. Like, I'd go be at a job. I'd go get promoted. And then I look, and I'm like, oh, this is what's next? We got to go find something better.
Yeah.
And I would just fucking leave, boom, find something else. And I would just do that same transition, because to me, that's so much better than wasting your fucking existence and life 10 years in something being average and not to being able to take the risks. Yeah. Like, I'll take that risk all single day to keep switching up and adapting.
Yeah, and the reason why I feel like, especially with my job now, I'm very, very loyal. Like, I'm very close with my CEO. I see him in the gym all the time. Like, that's how we connected. I'm very loyal to him, and I'm going to be there until I can't be there, obviously, anymore. But the thing with that is, I became so much more smarter in life now. Like, I'm doing something where I'm learning a trade with fire. So, like, I am responsible for people's lives. Like, I had to learn about fire alarms, how they work, sprinkler systems, how an extinguisher works. I didn't know anything. So, the knowledge that I have gotten almost in the 2 years just off of that has smartened me up so much more, and that's the thing, like, he likes more, like, most about everything is, like, you're learning something. So, and I love my job, you know what I mean? I get to talk to people all over the country. I get to talk to technicians of all walk of life. I get to talk, I don't know what kind, I take my job seriously too, and it feels good when you know, especially how important fire life safety is. You know, it feels good like when you know you're protecting these facilities and making sure if, God forbid, anything does happen fire-wise, that you're the one that is taking care of the facilities to make sure that the sprinklers go off and, you know, the fire department, the fire alarm gets the signals and all that stuff, and they have working extinguishers and stuff like that. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's the most important, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
And that goes back to you at your core just wanted to be able to help.
Yeah, so I feel like
If you don't, you know, you probably don't know if you think about it, but that's
yeah, of course I'm helping people. You know what I mean, and that's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, I've always been a giver. You know, people take from me. Not anymore, because I've kind of stopped that. You know what I mean. I don't really give a lot of people all of me anymore. I just give them what I choose to show them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because I can't have people suck energy from me anymore. Because I can't keep give, and get nothing in return. You know what I mean. You got to draw a line sometimes.
Yeah. What are you now? So, like, you know, before we wrap this episode up, I do want to just mention, like, you had your show. What was that like?
So fun, man. And how that all came about, I'll quickly. So, going back to my CEO, I hit a year there in August of last year, and he trains with a trainer at Powerhouse. He calls me into his office when I hit there a year, and he's just like, hey, gives me a piece of paper. He got me 8 personal training sessions with his trainer. He's like, you want them? And I was like, yeah. And I walked back to my desk, and I'm thinking, like, in my head, I need a fucking personal trainer. Like, I'm never going to use these, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll just forget about them, whatever. He didn't fucking stop. Every single week, when are you going to start training with my trainer? When are you going to start using those sessions? So now I don't want to, like, tell him, like, I don't need your trainer, bro. You know what I mean? So I told him, I was like, I want to use them for, you know, I want to make them to good use. So in October of last year, November of last year, right before, like, Thanksgiving and stuff, I was going back and forth with competing. Like, stepping on stage, because I never got into working out to be a bodybuilder or anything like that. It just happened, and I still don't consider myself a bodybuilder. I just happen to eat healthy, work out every single day, and then build a physique over the course of time. And this is going on 9 years, so it just doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? So I told him, I was just like, listen, I want to use those 8 personal training sessions to good use. I'm thinking about competing. I made the decision, like, right around Christmas time. I'm going to look for a show. I looked for the April 6th show over here in Teaneck, and I locked in. I had fun on Christmas. I had fun New Year's Eve, and I locked in January 1st, and I went through a 13-week prep. It was really fun. I did three classes. I placed 3rd in one, and I placed 5th in the other, and I placed 5th in the other one for my first show ever. It was so amazing. It was fun, and I've made the decision now that I want to do at least like 2 a year. My coach actually told me, he's like, I think I created a monster, because I did one April 6th, and then I wanted to do one the next week, and then the next week.
Nice.
Now it's calmed down a little bit, you know what I mean? He goes, I knew this was going to happen. You're just going to want to do one every single week. And, you know, now the plan is to do 2 a year. And just pack on some more size, you know, because I'm only 5'5", so I get capped off at 5'8". So even if I'm up there against somebody who's like 5'8", you know, they're gonna maybe look like a little bit bigger than me. So I got to pack on a little bit more size because of my, you know, my height and everything like that. So that's the goal, but you know, to stay this lean also. Yeah, which can happen, and I'm not rushing. Like I said, we talk about that patience thing. I'm looking at like November, so that's still 6-7 months away. I want to enjoy the summer. So yeah, that's the plan, is to do 2 a year and
good shit, man.
Just keep grinding it out, man, every day on a daily basis.
I really thought that was dope, and when you put that up, I thought that was really dope, because I was like, I know, you know, the journey that you've been doing with fitness, and it was just so cool to you to end up doing that, because like you said, you didn't go, like, I know you didn't go in this to do no bodybuilding or nothing like that, and then you're like,
I got it to save my life, you know what I mean? Like, I got in because I needed to make a change, and all of a sudden I used to make fun of people like me with the fucking cut off tanks that I make myself now, and like, yo, why are these people always flexing and shit? Because I was a hater back then. Because you know why? Because I wanted to have their physique, and now I have it. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got it. And then because low key, you know, growing up, you know, I always wanted to have a good looking body, and I never did. And now that I do, I don't ever want it to go away. And I could probably confidently say here, it's never going to go away. I'm going to be one of those guys who's 65, 70 in the gym. And I see him in there now, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, how old are you? 73. Bro, there's no fucking way, bro. You still got fucking biceps. You're lean. You got abs and stuff like that. And that's how I want to be when I'm like 70 years old, still in the gym crushing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep killing it, bro.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you definitely having me on again, man. And just sitting here bullshitting and talking, man.
Yeah, you already know. We'll get you on again soon for part 3, maybe in a year or so.
Yeah, man, and
right.
We'll talk off after here, too,
100%.
because your vision and my vision seems like, you know, we got the same mindset.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And I also, for having me on here, you need me to put together a plan for you or anything like that, I want to do that for you. Free of charge, anything, bro. Just if you really want to lock in, I'll put together, you know, an eating plan for you,
know what
and
it is?
Stuff like that.
It's me. It's not the...
No, you got to be ready for it.
Yeah, it's the me.
So whenever you make that decision that you're ready for it, free of charge on me. I'll help you in any type of way because I know it's important to you eventually too. Yeah, I want you to focus on your business first.
Yeah. Well, no, I gotta like I'm the one. That's why I gotta like I have to.
It's tough to juggle. You know what I mean? But whenever you're ready, I just want to extend you.
It's all excuses though. It's all like it's excuses. So I'd be very real. But I gotta just do it, you know, because it's like, yo, you could have all the,
and you're the one saying it because you talk about it all the time. Like, yo, you can't fucking make excuses. You know,
can't. I know, but
you just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm also very real with it. Like, no, like that is
because you acknowledge it. Like, yeah, I say it, but I still don't do it. 100%. And I know that I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit here and lie saying that I'm thinking that I'm doing it.
I'm not a fucking hypocrite.
And that's why I respect you and I fuck with you a lot because you are real and you do admit to that shit. But like I said, I definitely want to say, whenever you're ready, reach out to me. I'll put together a plan for you.
Word.
No charge.
Thank you, sir.
You're
the man.
You're the man.
I like bro. Jinx.
That's it. Almost. So.
Yo.
Appreciate you, brother.
You already know, therapy without a degree. This was another fire episode. Go make sure you tap in. Go follow them, support, show love, and stay tuned for everything that's happening. This was a fire episode. We out. Peace.
Yes, sir.